Hi, it's Victor here from Trend Following Trading for Beginners. In today's episode, I want to talk about how to be more patient and know when not to trade. Coming up next. Okay, following on the quite a couple of episodes before about trading rules series, I think this trading rule number 2 is just as important like the first one, which is cut your losses and let your winner runs. This number 2, I think, takes me a long time to understand, appreciate it, which is being patient. And one of the best kept secret that nobody talks about much is, or at all, is know when not to trade. Being a retail trader, for me, I got sucked into by the financial market, all the advertisements, all the newspaper I read, and also the films I watch, like Wall Street, the Big Short kind of thing. That as a trader, as a successful trader, they must be in front of the screen all the time. They must be trading all the time. But unfortunately, that's not the case. All this has been dramatized. If you just look at Warren Buffett, he probably look at a lot of companies, but he doesn't go and buy things every day. He might watch the market, whatever the market he likes at the time, and purchase something only in his favor, only the area that he knows, only that he can be sure of making quite a bit of money out of it. Still, he would make some mistakes, but that's his rule. That's how we do it. But for us for the retail traders industry, there's so much force out there. All the systems out there say, buy my system, and you come in here with no time at all, or come and trade this forex account. Look at how all this charting things will give you all latest news and all the information that you can keep abreast of what's happening, and the charts will help you, and come over here and do all your trades all the time, and all this financial news as well. You hear the news, get the latest news from us, and they can make a better decision. On and on and on again. Basically, underneath is all asking you to take action, to do something. But trading, like what I've learned through my own mistakes, is a lot of time you're sitting on your hands, sitting waiting for the setup to come to you, to happen, whatever you're looking at, and then once your trading system comes in and give you a signal, you jumped on and get onto it. And you don't jump out of the trade until your trading system gives you a signal to get out, or your rules say to get out. And that's the most problematic for most people. People just don't know how to be patient and how to do nothing. What the Chinese sometimes call it, you got money in your pocket, it's like burning a hole in your pocket. And you don't go and just spend money or trade just because, for the sake of it. As a trader, that's rule. You just go and trade without waiting for the right setup and kill your account very quickly. And that also comes together with how it also upset your emotional state. So being patient is the key. I mean, too many people go in, especially new traders, got sucked in with the glamour. Oh, wow, I want all this, big car, big boat, condominium, big houses, all the traveling around the world, blah, 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 blah. They see the end result, which people take years and years to achieve. They expect themselves, to be there in 6 months or a couple of weeks or even a couple of years. It's very unrealistic. I mean, just for example, in most countries, doctors and surgeons, brain surgery, for example, earns a lot of money. While in the medical school, they spend 5 years just studying, and then probably 5 or 10 years just specialize into to the brain particular place, the sector. It took them like 20 years to even earn big money. Do medical students go into medical study, think of the money right away? They probably did a bit, but they also know there's a lot of hard work. You need to work hard on it. but they don't expect to make tons of 100,000-200,000 pounds a year until they're well into like 15 years of their medical studies and career. So, but if you put the whole thing on the financial sector, it's so much bad advice out there, or the market try to entice you. Come in the market and trade. With not much work, you will become millionaire in no time at all. And all these are BS to me. Loads of BS. And there's no rules to stopping it. Really. Look at advertisement. Just look at any financial advertisement. All jumped out, with soul boxes saying, "I come over and do this. Trade as many times here. Cut the price. Trading. Buy my system, and how many bips I make today, or how many per this month. Look how much you can win if you only put £10 per trade, or buy these shares, whatever, kind of stuff." Loads of BS out there. So I want to put the whole thing on his head and say to all new trader out there, rule number 2, as important as rule number 1, is being patient and not to trade when there's no trade to take. This is especially so for trend following traders. Assuming you have a trend following system, for example the 200-day moving average, when the price, let's say Apple, go above 200-day moving average, and you buy and you sit there, you gotta wait until the price of Apple going below 200 days moving average. Then you close out your buy trade and you can go shorting Apple at the same time you want to. But all this time you're waiting for your system to give you a signal. I mean, especially I use end of day data. So most of the time you only, if you just trade Apple, it's a 5 minutes job. Load up your chart, whatever, online or on your computer. I just look at, as a price, end of day price, across the 200 moving average, either up or down, and trade accordingly. That's it. Very simple, very easy. But it takes a lot of waiting. Waiting for the price to go above 200 moving average, if you only long only, and then waiting for the price to come down to below the 200 moving average and cut your trading position. Just swap it out. You might make money, might not make money, but that's basically just general system. That's how you use. And a lot of time, like I said, you need to sit on your hands, waiting for your system to come and give you a signal, and then when you got a signal, waiting for the trend to play itself out, and especially in trend following, all this waiting, you need to get used to it. All this waiting time is basically doing nothing time. Is the best things that I've ever done to you. Remember how much that every time you go in and out of market, how much money you pay to the stockbroker, even on forex or whatever, you still lose a spread and ask and bid price. And the less you go in the market, sometimes make you more money. Remember, trend following is talking about big trend. Big trend only happens, like what I look at all the trend charts, whatever. For example, Apple. Big trend, that is like, couple of weeks, couple of months, multi-years, kind of thing. Only happens once in blue moon. And let's say trend that is like weeks and months, takes couple of weeks, couple of months to develop. Probably only happen maybe 3 times in a year. So most of the time you're not actually doing anything, you're just watching, observing on the sideline, and that is training you to be patient. But a lot of people just having this always think that you have to be in the market all the time to make money. You don't. The big trader out there hardly go in the market most of the time. If you're a financial institution, then like Wall Street, you have to go in and out, and your stockbroking fee is very low or next to nothing because the company you work for have their own stockbroking out, so it costs nothing. So in and out all the time. That's their job. It's like glorified salesmen. They need to make so many sales. They need to make so much money just to keep the bonus, or have a bonus at all. And they all have a quota to say how much they must do per week, either getting more new clients or trade and make so much money per week. And that is not what we're doing as a retail trader. We have the best advantages If we don't like to trade, we don't like to look at a chart, we don't like to whatever circumstances happening right in front of us, we can just don't trade. We don't have to trade. Not losing money is a position. You don't have to go into the market to make money every day. It's fallacy to say you go in the market and you go in and you make money. I mean, just like, for example, you buy a lottery. Every time you play a lottery, do you make money every time? Do you actually win? Once in a million, maybe. You know, you sometimes maybe get your wife with the lowest payout, you know, £5, £10, whatever, quite often. But that's only a few and far between because of probability. And you actually make $1 million or more than a couple of millions from buying a lottery ticket. It's 1 in 4, like 12 millions or something. It's more likely that you get killed in a car or killed in a plane crash or get lightning strike you twice than actually winning a lottery ticket. A lottery, yeah. That's how bad the odds are. But people don't like to wait. People just being what you call conditions in the market. I mean, all the advertisements say you have to go in the market, and the films out there to actually become a successful trader. You have to do all these fluffy things, but it's wrong. So being patient for me took a long time because I'm like one of you guys, and all of you guys, when you first started trading, I got sucked in the market, sucked in the glamour, sucked in all this wow factor on the films, dramatize everything, and I thought I had to go in the market all the time. But you don't. You really don't. I think Warren Buffett or somebody says something. You know, you go in the market. And only just pick the lowest hanging fruit. Anything that require a lot of work, you know, this trader just don't pick it. I think it's Jim Rogers or somebody actually say those kind of things. I'm not quite sure, but somebody actually said that, and quite resonant and stay with me. That let the trade come to you. And be patient, wait for the trade to set up. Yeah, and make money that way rather than chasing. Because even when you look at a chart pattern, it has certain pattern. It takes time to form, and even that pattern is set up, it might not necessarily work. You know, it might not necessarily end up with positive result. And while that's happening, you need to patiently let the formation happen. Same thing for trend following. You need to let the trend develop. That, you know, your trading signal actually give you a buy signal, and get out when the trading system give you a sell signal to get out. And most of the time, people think to make money I must be in the market all the time. It's wrong. It's very much wrong thinking. And you don't have to trade. You know, most of the time, don't believe this talk often on YouTube, whatever, other financial podcast channels, whatever. Because not trading, it's not good for the business. Because a lot of those people out there sell you all the systems and kind of thing, trading or stockbroker, they need you to be in the market. The financial market needs you to be in the market. Your pension fund needs you to be in the market. Put the money in the pension, and the pension actually buy more shares and stuff in the market. That's how they provide liquidity in the stock market. And if nobody trades, there's no buy and sell at all, because you cannot make the market, because nobody buy, nobody sells, and nothing happens. And one thing for us as a retail trader, the best things you can do after cutting your losses and let your win the ones is be patient and only trade when you have a positive edge, when your system says so, and also when all the circumstances are put in your favor. Because remember, we're doing probabilities here. What's the point going to bet on something that has a very low possibility of making money? So a lot of time you wait. Having a system doesn't mean that it's everything. You still need to be patient enough to wait for the signal, get in and get out, and follow your rules. And don't listen to others. But mostly is waiting. So being patient for me is definitely rule number 2, and know when not to trade. It's definitely linked together. It's the key. So hopefully, I hope you found this podcast interesting, and this particular one also. And if you liked what I said so far in my podcast, please subscribe, and I will speak to you next week. Bye bye for now.